Oh my God, it is a Friday. We have made it through another week. Man, oh man. Anyway, we are about to do the third part, I believe. I think it's the third part. Almost sure it's the third part of the Cobra 2 build. Let's get to it. Happy Friday. Okay, let's step down from the Happy Friday thing, but it is a Friday, and if it's a Friday for you when you watch this, then Happy Friday. If it's not, happy any other day. Anyway, so yes, what have I been doing? I've been thinking where to put this receiver. Okay, it's where the battery sits. Let's see about now. I should have changed my lens, but you know me, utterly crap, total noob. What the hell? Right, if that's the battery, okay, when that sits in there, you see where, that's where that little hole there, is where all the cables come through from the wing. I don't know why it's got such a long lead on it, unless it thinks you're going to point the battery that way, where I'll just, just whack it in there. But, we haven't done the CG yet, so, but with the straps, and there's kind of like a little thing at the bottom there, that's probably where the battery goes. Still not happy the way it fits. Gonna change that possibly. Maybe I want to do the CG. We could use this for a CG video. Excuse me. And yeah, I'd like a little tray in there, but I haven't had a chance to go to any swap meets or any shops or anything. The biggest part of the hangar this week was getting a dehumidifier. Oh yes, this is a dry as a bone. I was getting a bit of water, and that's not good for electronics. But anyway, enough about that. So, what I thought I would do is, what I thought originally, is because we'll probably be using the stabilisation on this, this puppy, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it just on the floor there. And the cables will come up out the hole into the receiver. So let's get to it. So, we'll get my, one of my fantastic loves and invention of all time, it's got to be Velcro. Oh yes, is on the Velcro tip. Now where did that come from? What is that for? Is it a mini bin? Maybe if I've got mini rubbish I can stick it in. It looks like a little mini bin. Does he not think? No? Okay. I think it's mini bin. Oh my God, look, it's running out. Look, we used that much, have we really? Now, I always thought, should I have the fluffy stuff on this? Or the fluffy stuff in the plane? Does it matter? When you're pulling away, does the fluff pull first before the hooks, or does the hooks pull before the fluff? It's a bit of scientific stuff for you, but I don't know. But I'm going to stick my fluffy on here. It's so fluffy. Right, okay, let's stop that silly business. Right, I need my scissors. Scissors, I got some scissors, they're coming. Yes, the scissors. Right, so because I don't want it to kind of overlap really, so I'm going to just take a little bit off that. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to stick it back on the minute the thing comes out. This is so sticky, this stuff, it's great. I mean the sticky underside to the Velcro. So I'm going to stick it back on my little paper because we might use that. I swear it pulls skin off your finger. Cut a little bit too short, but that's okay. There we are. A little, get that in focus Chris, a little Velcroed receiver. So as I said before, if we need to connect this, I did take the tape off there. What did I put tape on there for? If we need to connect this, the S-Bus, so we can update it if we want to update it via computer or whatever, but we should be able to do everything via the by the radio. But you never know. So if I'm going to get that, I need to get then. That's my fluffy side. Fluffy. And now for the crusty side, as they call it. So that's so this I'm going to need some. I really need a long pair of pliers. Sorry if you can probably see what I'm doing, but I'm going to just stick that one there. Look at that, Doctor. I cannot get in there. Right, okay, here we go. So I have to put two in there because I don't want this moving them out. Because I should have put the we're going to use the telemetry, and we want this as dialed in as possible. So if I can just stick one at the back there, Is that, I think that is a perfect, yep, that's perfect. So that makes us like a little perfect runway. As you can see in the back there. Yes. So, is it going to be easy to get out again? Probably not. Yeah, that's going to be interesting if I need to get it back out again. I'm hoping that I won't need to. Maybe I should just take these so they go forward as well. Big hello to Taz FPV. He does watch my videos. He probably, you know, this is probably his comedy zone. But he does correct me. He does leave me some messages, some comments. But thank you very much, buddy. Comments always taken on board. As I say, anyone that hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. You know, it's nice to have a chat. Even if it's making fun of me, I really don't mind. You know, let me be your release for the week. You know, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so if you have subscribed, which I've had about 8 this week, I believe. Welcome. Welcome to my journey. Welcome to the last place you really want to be on Earth. It's the Dad's RC zone. Dad's RC hangar zone. Good God, man. Right, okay. So, I've just got about enough to go horizontal, vertical. But yeah, I always get them mixed up. I don't know why. I think it's just I'm stupid. Right, let's start plugging these bad boys in. Which means we're going to probably get the wing. So I've got elevators. And as Taz says, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to blow anything up if you stick around the one way. But they just won't work. So we've got yellow at the top for in this instance, so that is the elevators. Okay, so let's get the wing. Yes, let's get the wing. Let's put this out of the way. I've got my bag of bits. There's the propeller. Here is the wing. Lovely wing. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know why. All dry. Now I did on this piece here, this that sits in here, it just wasn't being a very cooperative and happy the other day. I don't know why, but I think it's sitting in there okay now. So these all come through the little hole here. So so yeah, you see what I mean? It just keeps popping up. I don't know if I can stick that down. Maybe that's show extreme. It's kind of where everything joins. Sorry about the glare. You know, maybe it's just where it's moved. It's not quite going down properly. Come back. Right. So there you go. That looks a bit neater, doesn't it? So, okie dokie. Hopefully. What have I done with my scissors? My scissors, really. Mind of their own. Okay, so the wings kind of fit into like a little little gauge. Just sits in there like so. Cables are all sitting there, so this should, in theory, just kind of go in like so. Can I see anything? Now it is. I tell you what, the two holes don't really line up, and that. Okay, surgery is needed. Surgery is needed. Okay, what I've got to do is just cut a piece out. Is it a bit too bright for everybody? Let me just. Let me see if I can just turn that brightness just a tad down. No, it's all right. There you go. Bit bright, wasn't it? Sorry. It's where it's coming just up to here. It's like it for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out a piece of foam and use my X-Acto blade, because I like that name, X-Acto blade. Craft knife is the other word, I would presume. But I like X-Acto blade. Don't you like that? X-Acto. It just sounds. Rolls off the tongue. X-Acto. Okay. Sharp, Chris. waffling on. It's because it's a Friday and I've got that Friday feeling. So I've got an X-Acto blade, and without X-Actoing myself, and just that tightens up like so. Very sharp and scary. Okay, let's heat it up in here. So if I should really drop, let's do it freehand. Let's see what I'm doing. There you go. Let's just do it. So I'm going to do it freehand because I can see where the little plastic or the joiner, whatever you like to call it, is. You know, so I'm just going to do a bit bigger, just very, very gently. The good thing about these X-Acto blades that, you know, they are touch sensitive, as per se. That the harder you push, the deeper they go. That sounds so wrong, but let's carry on. Right, okay. So I'm just going to cut into the side. Obviously I can't do a straight edge because obviously I'm going at an angle, but it doesn't matter. And then as I push down to that, push down to the back, just go a bit deeper. Crunch, crunch, crunch. It's the most satisfying thing, cutting into polystyrene, or EPO foam should I call it. You don't want to ruin the integrity. I can never say that word. Integratory. No, integrity. That's the word, isn't it? Someone's dinging me. Integrity. Whatever. We don't. I can't say the word. Oh my god. I'll have to. You know what I mean. I'm a bit dyslexic sometimes. We don't want to ruin the stability of the blade. Look at that get out clause. It's not stability anyway. Right, okay, so that should, so very carefully I'm going to put my X-Acto blade to the side. Let's find out who's dinging me, shall we, quickly? Let's try that again. So I'm going to put that on there, and what you can't really see, but I'm just going to put the cables through again. Let's put it on there actually. There you go. Right, so the cables now will just plop in through the hole as they're meant to. And if I push down on that without breaking my wings, see, I tell you what, that it's that it doesn't. I tell you what, that's quite poor the way that's done, because you can see where it's doing at the front as well. So I mean, yeah, can't see these wings coming off. I'm going to just hang it in the air like it. So I'm going to cut a little line off where the cables are sort of being trapped. Okay. Not the sexiest of cuts, but it's a cut nevertheless. Just enough for those cables to be. So it's almost like this X-Acto blade just gone super blunt. I mean, I've cut it. Good thing I did say to you about this plane though, that the EPO is really, really good, really stiff. Right, so now you can see my bodge job. Well, it's not a bodge job, but. There you go, you see it. See where the cable sits. So we'll go again. And I've just thrown some, I think it's my tape. Right, so if I now push that in again and push it, there you go. Look at that. Flat. Nothing obstructing. And that's what we wanted. I don't like when you press things down and something's obstructing the way it goes down. So you get a pack of 4 bolts with this. They are hex bolted, and of course I got my screwdrivers, which are always on the other side of the camera. There we go. Right, so okay, so there we go. There was it's a 2mm Allen bolt. Allen, not Allen. These are Allen bolts. They are called an Allen drive, I presume, or hex drive. All I know. So these, just going to check that they are all the same size. Yes, they are. So I should be able to then. Hopefully these will go in nice. Try and do them. Tighten them up a little bit at a time, going round. Just need a little push on that one, do I? Get it going. Yeah, that's all. They've found all their holes, which is brilliant. So, like anything that you tighten up as an area, you know, tighten them up one by one until you get all tightened. That way, you know, you ensure that it's not going to be down on one side or something. And you'll see that little plastic pots that they're in, when they start to move and it gets tight, then that's, I would have thought, is enough, because then you're just going to end up pulling it right the way through. Quite surprised that it doesn't, you know, mega tight. You know, it doesn't go tight. So if I bring it round without seeing, so the seam is not that bad. If you can see there on the wing, it's not that bad. I've got one of my lights is pretty bright today. Sorry about that. But we are looking at a yellow plane after all. Not a submarine, a plane. We all live in the... Right, okay, so put that down the right way, that would help, wouldn't it? Look at that, it's looking sexy, huh? Oh, God, love it, absolutely love it. Okay, so let's pull this over here. So we've still got my receiver that's hanging its guts out. Now I've got gear here. So I've got flaps, gear, which says 5, and 5B. So I presume that 5B goes to 5B, because that's a female and a male connector. So let's chuck them together like so. The gear, quite a short. I can extend these if I want to, but you know, what's that one? Flaps. So what am I missing here on the end here? All getting a bit and let's take out that one and bring it around the other way of the cables, because that's nice and neat. What was that? What was that? Elevator, wasn't it? Elevator, yes sir. And that is in there. Okay, so we can just get this back in here. So as you can see, well, you can't see at the moment, you're just looking at me doing some random stuff. Can you believe it? There I was, taping up, doing all other stuff. I thought, oh, I better get my transmitter from the house. And I realised it stopped recording. I don't know if I'm recording 4K or whatever, but it just, anyway, sorry. So basically what I've done, I stuck everything to the sides. The cable, if I can just see if I can get in here. So as you see, all the cable's not all taped up. It moves, but it's just taped up so it stays in the place. The aerials are taped on the sides, vertical and horizontal, and it's all neat, ready for a battery. And that's how I like things, nice and neat. Because, you know, if you're in the field and you're taking out a battery, putting in a new battery, if the cables are, you know, not, the cables are a bit loose, then you can catch it and you never know what you're going to pull out there. Okay, so we're going to stick a battery in this and get it going as it is. Make sure that everything's connected. I'm just going to stick the 4S in. I'm not going to stick it so it sits in there nicely and everything. Haven't set up my lipo sensor. Something I could still do, or I probably will, but I think I've got millions of lipo sensors, but I'll put one in. Just not today. You've seen me put lipo sensors in. Right, let's stick that in. Okay, so there's beeper lots on this. As you can see, actually, that the stabilisation is working. So I haven't turned it off. Now I've turned it off. Okay, so we've got the radio and it's all as you can see, I think there's oh my god, flaps. They're making a noise. It might need, because they need trimming and everything. So let's just make sure that we are good to go. I haven't got a prop on here. Excellent, that's the props working. Let's just get the gearing down, shall we? In fact, let's just put this nice and neat in here, the battery, so we can. Yeah, maybe it's better that the cable sticks that way. Okay, let's see if I can get my little cap on. See if it fits nicely. There you go. Oh, look at that. Right, so let's zoom out a bit. Just check that the stabilizers work actually. Look at that. Oh dear. Yeah. They do. Okay. They do make a noise, don't they? Let's do something fun and let's get the gear up and see if it works. There you go. Right, so if we look at, I don't know what these, they are noisy. They're the flaps. Might need to trim them to stop them making a noise. Sound like a razor. Right, let's have a look at the rudder, because the rudder should move this wheel. And there you go. The rudder's working. Brilliant. Let's check on the back that the rudder's working. Oh god, aren't they noisy? Yeah, rudder's working. Elevators working. Ailerons working. These are some noisy flaps. They are noisy. It might mean that I have to. Is it? Shh, shh. Quick, nobody move. Nobody move. I can't even move. I can't even put my radio down. Here we go. Let's bring around the front like so. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. That is sexy. Look at the size of that wheel. Or the shaft with the wheel. I really like that. That is pucker, and it all fits in there, and the stabilisation works. It needs tweaking, but I'm not too worried about that. So let's take the battery off. I haven't put my little flap on here, so I can put it up. Let's take the battery out. Okay, let's take the battery out, and let's do the prop. So we've got our bag of prop bits, and stick a couple of screws. Does that screw on there? Yeah, it does. Well, I'm gonna actually. Oh, what's that? Oh, I've got a little antenna thing as well to stick in. I need to look at. Let's look at the Bible, but first of all, let's get the rest of the kit. So we've got our lovely prop, and we've got our lovely spinner. So let's get it to here. I'm really trying to get this done and dusted, so I haven't got you haven't got to endure another video of me trying to get things to work. That actually fits in the wing. That little where is it? It says it fits around here somewhere. It says in there I can pull it up and stick it in. Ah, okay, so on the wing here there's a little plastic, or it's foam that you can stick afterwards, that sticks this little pointy rod. I don't know what it's called, because airspeed. So okay, so it just goes for the airspeed. So that kind of fits in there somehow. In the back there, it says. It fits in there. I didn't realise. See, that you'd have thought that they would have. It fits right at the back, actually. You would have thought that they'd have done that earlier in the stage. I think you can see it. No, is it? No. Just says cover the foam airspeed head, blah blah blah, and that's it. That's all it says. With glue. So oh dear. Okay, that kind of pops out. So that fits into there. And then it's meant to, yeah, there you go, airspeed. And then I'll just put some tack glue on there, and that's that done. But that's not, you saw how I did that. It's a bit weird. It's under the tape, so it's all good. Right, okay, so we need to put the back plate of the spinner on. It's got like a little, nut shape at the back. If you can just see that. So it fits on the nut on here, which I think is fantastic. A lot of people don't do that. And then things just, no pun intended, spin on the spinner. And it doesn't want to go in. Let's get that right. There we go. That's good. That's good. Okay, it's good. It's good. Then it says the prop. So we stick the prop on. And that fits in there nicely on them grooves. Oh, that is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Then this screws on, which is good because then we can stick you get like a little Allen key, you know, and you can use that to tighten the prop, or actually probably better, I can dip down, get one of our screwdrivers, or an Allen driver should I say, and I think that's tight enoug. You know, you tighten it how you feel. I think that's good for me. I'm happy. That's what that's for actually, that little holes on the side. And then the crazy thing is it's giving the Allen key. I think that was the Allen key they give you. They stitched me with a screwdriver and gave me Allen key. I think you'll probably find that goes. No, that doesn't go. So they give me an Allen key with Phillips screw head screws that screw in the top there. They've given me 2 screws instead of 1, which I can't complain. I'm not going to complain about that. But they've given me an Allen driver that does nothing. Unless something does to the servos. We like Allen keys. It's not used for absolutely anything. So we get a Diddy screwdriver. We'll get our nose cone. Or spinner cone, maybe I call it a spinner I suppose, and the screw. In fact, let's get the screw in the hole. So there's a little hole in here because this is all wet. There we go. Right, so there's a, can you see if we can get in there, see if you can get in, can you see it? Yeah, little screw in there, so it's poking out. Then push this over and then screw it from here, making sure that it's before we go tight that it's all in place. It looks like it's all in place to me. Let's just put that down to a sensible height. Actually, just looks a bit weird on that one. Let's loosen that off again. Just push that round on that side. There we go. It was just overlapping. So once you've screwed up, yeah. Once you've screwed up the plane, start again. No, once you've screwed up tight, just make sure that all these I don't know what the screwdrivers are. That all this is flat. That's to say. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so make sure the radio is on. My safeties are on. Because we don't, in fact, I'm going to get behind the propeller so I can show you, so I can hold the plane. Right, safety's on, yes. Okay, so let's plug her in. Okay, so let's give it a nice close up for you. Let's give it a bit of revvage. Oh man, that is, I mean, I'm behind the plane and that is a lot of wind. Feel like me, full of wind. Whoa. Man, I'm freezing. Man, that is gonna, oh wow, that is just gonna go. They are annoying me. Shh. No, shh. Don't. Has to have the last word. Peace and quiet. I like that. Yeah, beautiful. That is a beautiful plane. It really, really is. There we go. Well, I would give you the little float around like I like to do with my planes, but the the flaps are really annoying me. There we go. Here we go. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to sort of like pretend I'm like, you know, a few millimeters tall, and there we go. Sit back here. Okay. Apart from the squeaky things, the squeaky flaps, this looks a great plane. I mean, the power behind that propeller is just phenomenal. I mean, well, yeah, you can see one this can do 100 miles an hour. What that is in kilometres, I do not know. I'm sorry, work it out, Google it, mile an hour to kilometres an hour, and you'll figure it out. It's a fast plane. It really, really is. So that brings us to the end for now for the Cobra build. I mean, that is built, as you see. I've just got to do a bit of gluing under the sensor. I mean, that'd be really cool, wouldn't it, actually, that if you had all the gubbins in here, if you did have like a I've forgotten the name. I'll overlap it. You'll probably see the text above me or below me or something. Controller, forgotten it, brain's gone. You could have an airspeed sensor in there. You could actually change that for a real sensor, air sensor, to give you an approximate speed. How cool would that be? It'd mean cutting out into the wing, you know, to run your cable and everything. But you know, I think for a bigger model you'd do that sort of thing. But it's a beautiful model. You can see. So, as I was saying before the battery went, I'm really not having a good day with the video in today, am I? I'm so unprofessional. I can only apologise for all those camera people out there. In fact, RC people out there, because, you know. But it's my journey, and my journey on this was fun. Had a few issues. As I say, on the landing gear, it's a bit wobbly. They are plastic. I don't know if you could upgrade the struts to metal or something. I think you'd have to be pretty cool at landing this. Otherwise you're going to end up, you can see it rocking, or you're going to end up breaking it. I'll have to have a look to see if you can change the landing gear. I don't think you can. I didn't see anything on the site. But this is obviously not for beginner pilots, but I just love the look of this plane. It's phenomenal. I mean, I was going to give you another blast, but I tell you what, before I give you a go and before I blast, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and keep flying, keep safe, and have a great time.